Wow. Hi there, Coach Sage candidate and Hoka One One athlete here, Boulder, Colorado. Today's episode is going to be what I think about when I think about running while I'm out on a run. We'll cover diet, religion, and politics. Just joking, we're not going to cover religion. But yeah, I kind of stole this title from the book. I believe it's by a Japanese author, Hiroki. I'll put his name there. He wrote a book called What I Talk About When I Talk About Running. And I haven't read it yet. It was kind of the inspiration behind this. What I think out on a run. A lot of people ask me questions, you know, music, yay or nay? That'll be the first topic actually. So, do I listen to music? What type of music? You know, I went through a classic rock phase in my teenage years. I listened to some dance music, pop music, definitely not country music, except for Taylor Swift. We like Tay-Tay. Classical, ragtime. I played a lot of ragtime piano growing up. So, yeah, my brother played classical music, Beethoven, Mozart, even Bach sometimes. But yeah, I usually listen to rock music, modern alternative rock, and I have my Apple AirPods in sometimes, very rarely. Out on these trail runs, I almost never listen to music. I'm stimulated by the trail, the mountains. I like to be able to hear mountain lions sneaking up on me. Let's be honest, I'm not gonna hear them sneaking up, but bear, other people, I like to be aware of my surroundings, and you know, I don't get bored. However, if I'm on a treadmill, definitely listen to music. If I'm doing a really long run out at like the Boulder Res, just like in a loop, and it's kind of flat and boring, definitely listen to music. And I got the Apple AirPods, best investment I've made. I never buy expensive headphones, but the wireless, it's a game changer. Noise canceling, great for airplane rides, not that I've been going on airplanes. But yeah, I really like those, and my playlists aren't super long. I wouldn't say I listen to music a ton, but I love music. I love playing music. I like to dabble with the guitar and instruments. So that's the music. Do you listen to music while out on a run? If so, what type? Comment below. All right, next topic. What do I think about when I'm out here? Well, I got beautiful scenery. I also start to think of my next meal. What am I gonna eat tonight for dinner? Well, I got an order in for Bumbling Bee, Boulder vegan junk food. Got a shiitake, sorry I pronounced that wrong, burger with some vegan cheese, fries, mac and cheese on the side, soy milkshake dessert. It's really good. Kind of a vegan junk food meal. But also think about, you know, if I have to go to the grocery store, or what I ate last. Is my Pop-Tart that I had with my coffee this afternoon digesting well? Am I staying hydrated today, right? Camelback, flask, electrolytes, spring energy, Coach Sage. Think about food, you start fantasizing about a big meal or a beer when you start getting really thirsty or really hungry out on a long run. So you think about food a lot. State of the world, politics. I wouldn't consider myself terribly political, but you know, as I've gotten older, I feel like I've cared more. And when it comes to things like, I don't know, universal health care, or response to coronavirus, or just environmental issues, those are real hot button topics, so to speak. And you know, I consider myself science-minded, and I do realize I pollute a lot with my lifestyle, traveling a lot. But you know, the travel's given me a lot of perspective. It's the luxury of traveling internationally. You get exposed to other cultures, other countries. You see how people literally on the other side of the world live. And I think that perspective is the biggest gift with international travel. And you see how other people live, and it frames it differently for when you go back to your home country and look at your home government, and then look at how we vote, and you know, what issues matter at the local level, but also the national level. So I give a lot of credit to people that take a stand with their politics, because I know it rubs a lot of people the wrong way. But I like to see how they justify things, how they argue things. You know, just instead of just saying a blanket statement like, oh, this news is bad because it's left-wing bias or whatever. Well, acknowledge at least then that other news is right-wing bias, right? Of course there's bias. So acknowledging your own bias is part of it. And you know, me living in Boulder, in the Boulder bubble, it's one of the most liberal cities in the US. Yeah, there's a bias there. You get sucked into the socioeconomics of it. Like, Boulder's very wealthy on average compared to a lot of cities of this size in the US. And it's very skewed with the number of athletes, right? The outdoor spaces and beautiful trails like this. So yeah, another thing I'm passionate about there is like seeing the difference in socioeconomics and how, you know, the rich continue to get richer, poor get poorer, and these other challenges that society faces on the international level, with extra challenges like coronavirus, but just, you know, people living in poverty, trying to get basic food, shelter, potable water, not have malnutrition, people struggling for their health, for their mental well-being, atrocities like war and violence, things like that. Trying to find ways that we could all just get along. I think about these things a lot. Fate of humanity. It's kind of things I think about. Deep thoughts out on these trails. Going up Gregory Canyon here. It's one of my favorites. Another thing I think a lot about is my running form, right? What's my stride rate? What's my heart rate going up this hill, right? Am I activating my glutes enough? How do my legs feel? You don't want to think about that too much. I tend to overthink it because you get really obsessive. Some of us have OCD. But yeah, how do these new Hoka One One Torrents feel? Amazing on my feet, right? The traction's really good. Got a fresh new pair on. Looking at my metrics on my Chorus watch. What other sponsor can I plug? No, but really trying to not fatigue the quads too much. Trying to think, get a good spring with my butt muscles, my glutes. Trying to stay up on my toes, get the calves working. Realize when running up steep technical trails like this at a slow pace, and the stride rate's probably gonna be in the 160s for me. And that's an ideal efficiency. Maybe other people are power hiking, right? This trail gets very technical here. Look at this thing. So I'm reading the terrain. Is there a bear up there? Is there a mountain lion over there? You know, are there people coming? Do I have to pull up my buff mask, right? So think about that. Think about a lot of upcoming races. Well, back when I was racing, you know, how am I gonna feel on this climb up our trail when Kilian Jornet is already minutes ahead of me at bar camp, right? How am I gonna feel at the Golden Trail Series World Final? Am I gonna be able to travel this year? Can I do the mountain running champs? Will I make the team? Things like that. Think about the races, motivates you. Think about your training in the context. What am I doing this week? Oh, I'm gonna do a hard workout tomorrow. But it's okay, because I've been taking it easy. But hey, it was just a week ago I did that 30-mile long run. Might still be tired from that, right? How have I been sleeping at night? Well, not good. Been trying to repair my AC wall unit. It's been like 100 degrees, over 30 degrees Celsius in our little apartment, because it's been really hot this summer. And when the AC doesn't work, I need to repair that wall unit. Did I breathe in a lot of the drywall today, even though I had an N95 mask on? I don't know. Feels hard to breathe right now. So these obsessive thoughts permeate my brain. It's, you know, distance running, a lot of us are kind of neurotic, I'd say, and definitely have obsessive compulsive tendencies. Growing up as a child, I had some pretty severe panic attacks and social anxiety, and, you know, I'll admit to that now. It was kind of debilitating at a time. I was taken out of, well, I chose to leave public school and be homeschooled. I'd have panic attacks at restaurants where I'd start dry heaving and feel like I was overheating, things like that. But, you know, I kind of grew out of it. At the same time, we're all kind of OCD, obsessive compulsive, on some level. And sometimes with running, that could be a good thing. You could also say running helps us moderate that, right? It's good for our anxiety. Comment below if you have anxiety or OCD and, you know, maybe it flares up more of the coronavirus, worried about germs or something like that, but it manifests itself in different ways. People are all fighting a different battle in life, and you don't know their full story. Maybe with a good friend or family member you do, but you know, stranger, we might have running in common. If you don't know someone's full life story, it's hard to feel what it's like to be in their shoes and to know their struggles and to relate on a certain level, I guess. And you know, it's something I've been working on, and it's a great thing about the support of the running community. We could be united in these sports, even though we might have very different politics, very different views on diet. You know, could push those aside and enjoy a run together, enjoy the thrill of pushing our own bodies, trying to improve our mental and physical fitness, and just enjoyment of the outdoors. Look at this beautiful trail. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up. What I think about when I think about running while out on a run. And again, I gotta check out that book. Put the author's name there. I've heard it's really good. I like these thoughts and ponderings, but we'll get back to more informative training talks, science-based stuff. I'd like to hear from you though. Comment below what's going on with you, how you're doing. Any of those questions I asked during this video resonate with you. Thanks so much for your support. Thanks to the Patreon supporters, really making this channel possible. Again, at 200,000 subscribers, big giveaways. So hit that subscribe button, like it if you like these types of videos. Thanks so much for your support. Thanks to title sponsor Hoka One. Keeping the dream alive, really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Stay tuned for more. Time to fly.